Hey there, friends. Hope this Monday finds you well, or whenever you might be watching this video. We're starting the week off kind of dreary here. It just continues to be cold. This is about one of the longest cool streaks we've had in a while. And I enjoy it. I like cool weather because we're so hot here most of the time, but our heat's a little bit on the fritz right now, and I've been kind of living in hoodies. But anyhow, now we're about 2 weeks into the year. I figure everybody's kind of got the New Year's gimmick out of their system. They've probably tried a couple of programs, maybe a diet or two by now. Already frustrated because you're hungry, aren't you? Because everything you see out there wants to starve you. They don't actually give you food. So anyhow, this is just kind of going to be some simple stuff for beginners or somebody that wants to restart their plant-based diet. And I just kind of stick to the simple. Everybody out there on the internet is trying to do a hot take. And you have to be careful about that, because while I don't always accept it mainstream necessarily, a lot of people are just putting out content that just takes a very hard take that's just contrarian to things, because that niche is down and that helps get views and engagement. But yeah, I just kind of stick to the simple. One of the first places to start is fiber. Most people are deficient in fiber. Most people aren't eating fiber. And if you're currently deficient in fiber, not eating a lot of fiber, you're probably going to have to work into it a little bit. That discourages people a lot, because they start eating fruits and vegetables, their consumption of fiber goes way up, and they're like, oh no, I'm bloated eating this way, or I don't feel good eating this way. You kind of got to do it little by little. And it's just simple stuff: fruits, vegetables, green leafy vegetables, legumes, grains, nuts, seeds, other vegetables. Think lots of colors, think bright colors. Sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are a beautiful food. Moderate amount of fat, ergo the nuts and seeds. I also encourage people to eat avocado. That's another camp where people like to grab an extreme version, because an extreme version tends to, kind of get people controversial. Somebody disagrees. These people are fully on that side. I'm not really low fat. I'm not high fat. I'm somewhere in that sweet zone. I'm probably in around the 20%, because I do think we need fat. And especially as you're beginning this, start looking into omega-3 fat. Omega-3 fat is the one that we really have a hard time getting sometimes. It's possible to get it on a plant-based diet. Full disclosure, I'm out right now, but I supplement omega-3 because I'm getting older. And I don't need any brain issues as I get old. I killed enough brain cells in my day. But also, too, there's good foods like flax seeds, chia seeds, hemp seeds, also all very good sources of that. But we need these fats. Don't be afraid of the fat. And make sure that you are looking into the omega-3 fats. Lots of variety. Don't think about like having 5 foods and just eating them over and over and over on repeat. Eat a lot of it. Eat the rainbow. There's a doctor, a lot of people who follow me already have heard me mention a number of times, Dr. Will Bulsiewicz, wrote the book Fiber Fueled. He's big on the gut microbiome. Recommends trying to shoot for getting at least 30 different plants per week. This is so good for our microbiome. So, yeah, look into eating a large variety of things. See how many different things you can throw on that salad at lunch. See how many combinations you can make in your other meals. If you haven't picked it up by now, when I say starting a plant-based diet, we're talking about a whole food plant-based diet. But also find foods that you love. A lot of times people I don't think they're really thinking about what it is. I think they're talking about, I can't live my life just eating salad, eating grass, eating things like that. Well, nobody can. Beans and rice, beans and potatoes, lots of beans. Beans are a big part of my diet. I eat at least 3 servings a day, if not more. So, like I say, just try to think variety. Try to think things that you actually like. And I'll go back to the stuff like I'm talking about beans there. I grew up eating a lot of the stuff that I'm eating right now, especially since I've been back here in the South, back in Alabama. I grew up eating black-eyed peas and butter beans and white peas and sweet potatoes and corn and collard greens. I mean, that's a base right there. You give me some black-eyed peas, a sweet potato, and some collard greens, and who is not going to be satisfied with that? But also, like I say, you've got to find what works for you. You have to find food that you enjoy eating. So the next recommendation is find yourself some good recipes out there. Recipes are everywhere. Recipes are literally everywhere. Look, check out Forks Over Knives. Buy one of their magazines. Go to their website online. They have tons and tons and tons of free recipes out there. There's a lot of podcasts. There's a lot of informational source out there too. Like I say, I want to really stress Forks Over Knives. I don't mention them as often, but where I'm doing a video like this about getting started, I think Forks Over Knives is a really good place to start if you're confused about this lifestyle. I've noticed in the magazines, usually at the front of the magazine, every single issue, and they come out 4 times a year, and I'm sure this information is on the website. They answer a lot of those basic questions like where am I going to get my protein? Which just for the record, all plants have all 9 amino acids. Not all plants have the same composition of them. That's why we eat a wide variety of them. So like some of the educational sources I highly recommend are The Proof with Simon Hill, but I don't know, that may not be your best starting point because he dives in a little bit deep with the science. But if you doubt anything, that's where you go. Go search various episodes over there. You can learn all these questions that you just throw out into Facebook, you throw out into the comment section somewhere. You can go over there and actually find them yourself. And I try to recommend people to doing things like that. Finding pretend like you're writing a paper, like you're back in school. Research this stuff for yourself. Research things that dispute what I'm saying. And if that makes sense to you, well, so be it. But there's so many resources out there. There's Dr. Michael Greger. There's Dr. Neil Barnard. There are the Esselsteins. There's just a vast array of resources out there. And another one too, and I'll finish right here because like I say, I just want to throw out, this is just a beginner video. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. I know people that were eating in the drive-thru, 3 months ago, and they think they're going to die after eating vegetables for a couple of months. So all the information's out there. I've got lots of recipes here, lots of simple recipes, lots of stews, lots of hearty stuff. Even though I'm not necessarily the recipe person, but anyhow, you can find all the information you need out there, and I highly encourage you to look into it this year. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you here again in a couple of days. Peace.